In the last two videos on this channel, we discussed that Bitcoin could come back to the mid to high 50,000 range while still maintaining the parabolic trend. I didn't think it was likely, but it did happen actually. And yesterday, Bitcoin did touch prices just below 60,000, and today we are seeing a bounce off this level. Now, we are not out of the woods just yet. Bitcoin is still in a short-term downtrend, but it is also in a long-term uptrend. The prevailing trend is up. And on Twitter, I was saying panic sellers punished, dip buyers rewarded, at least today. The trend is your friend. And this is something that a lot of people constantly forget, is that the overall prevailing trend, the larger time frame trend, is up. The trend is still your friend. Now, there are some important signals popping up today for Bitcoin on the MACD. So we're going to be discussing that and, of course, doing a follow-up analysis on the textbook parabolic curve diagram. All of this and more in today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson. Bitcoin on the weekly chart, simply the trend is not going up in a straight line, it's going exponential. And if we get a higher low right here, that would be an exponential higher low, which is a parabolic trend, and that is base 4. So we are currently creating base 4, and base 4 can only be confirmed if we break into a new high. And if we do break into a new high, well, then we just continue the analysis that we've had on this channel. The analysis that we've provided on this channel has not changed at all. Why? Because the trend has not changed. It is still perfectly in line with the textbook. And a lot of people have the perspective very wrong, because if you remember 1 year ago, $60,000 Bitcoin price prediction was considered outlandish, moon boy, impossible, won't happen. And now we've actually bounced off of 60,000 and people are somehow thinking that that's not good. I mean, that's fantastic. We basically exceeded all expectations and then found support on the price level that nobody thought was even possible in the first place. We're doing pretty good if you zoom out and you look at the weekly chart. It's a pretty damn good trend we have going right now for Bitcoin. A little bit of volatility, nothing we haven't seen, a little bit of a dip along the way, a dip along the way, a dip along the way, and it's just the same thing over and over. And what I have seen on social media is people being very fearful on every single dip. There's no euphoria. People are not euphoric yet. The altcoins are not going to the moon just yet in the cycle. And a lot of people missed the boat on Bitcoin at these lower levels because of the FUD that we had with FTX and all those things. So we don't have any euphoria yet. And that is a good sign. It means that we are somewhat early in this cycle, generally speaking. And on this channel, we've discussed a lot about the potential for a pre-halving pump, dump, or post-halving pump or dump, those types of ideas. And what I was saying on Twitter is a pre-halving pump equals post-halving dump. And pre-halving dump equals post-halving pump. And we are having a pre-halving dump. The halving is in 1 day from now. And usually when you're going into a big event, if the market is going up, there's more of a chance of a sell the news. If the market is going down, there's more incentive to buy. It is a positive event for Bitcoin. The halving is not seen as a bad or negative event. So pre-halving dump, probably going to pump for the halving or after the halving. The day of the halving, in the next day or whatever, I don't really expect anything of, nothing too crazy. The halving is not important in the short term, right? It's not a short-term event. It's a long-term change for Bitcoin's supply. So the day of the halving, nothing may be boring, right? Might be boring. We had the ETF anticipation and then approval. And now we have the halving anticipation, and then it's going to happen here, right? So the anticipation is usually the money maker. So during the halving, we maybe just do nothing, who knows? Now, for the next part of the video, I want to talk about the MACD, both on the daily and more importantly, the weekly chart, because this is a very important indicator when it comes to parabolic trends. If you look at this Twitter post I made, it shows 2017 parabolic trend on the left and the current 2024 parabolic trend that is currently developing. And that was each parabolic advance started and was marked by the MACD hitting the neutral zone and basically holding the neutral zone. So you come down, MACD gets near neutral zone and bounces. It doesn't have to be exactly neutral. It doesn't have to be zero, but it has to be right around the neutral zone. Comes up, pulls back to the neutral zone and holds it. Bounce. The next parabolic advance happens. And then pull back, hold the neutral zone. bounce, the next parabolic advance takes place. And we actually saw that already here in 2024. If you look at January, after the ETF approval, price pulls back, we hit the trend line, and we have the MACD coming right down to that neutral point, and we held it, and then the parabolic advance then came in. And so now, this was posted a couple days ago, and I was showing that, yeah, maybe a slight dip down, which we actually got. But if we're gonna maintain this parabolic trend, you just gotta look for a bounce before we have a cross down. Now, a lot of people, when they look at the MACD, they just look at it like, oh, a cross down might be coming, or a cross up might be coming. They just look at the crosses, and the crosses are barely the best part about the MACD. I don't really care too much about cross ups, cross downs. The most useful part about the MACD is just judging momentum. And whenever you have a MACD that is in an uptrend, and we never cross that neutral zone, and we kind of just hold the neutral zone, and we just keep bouncing off the neutral zone, that usually indicates major momentum. That's what it really means. A lot of people think coming back to the neutral zone is inherently bearish or a bad sign, but if you bounce before a cross down, it signals massive momentum. So if you look at Bitcoin now on the weekly chart for the parabolic trend, you can see we are pulling back, just like we did here and like the ones in 2017 in the parabolic trend. We just need to hold this wherever this is going to come down to. If we can bounce off this level, open up the next weekly, that's going to show us major momentum, and that would signal the next parabolic advance, which could possibly lead us to our parabolic trend target, right? The textbook target of 90,000. After base 3 price doubles, that brings us to 90,000 according to the textbook. Now, who knows? It could go higher than that. It doesn't have to be exactly 90,000. It's not an exact price point. It's an estimated general target before maybe we get a larger consolidation and run up later in this year. So that is the weekly chart analysis for the MACD. This is very indicative of parabolic trends. So we're still waiting, right? This weekly analysis that I've been providing on this channel has not changed, and that's a good thing. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the altcoins. The altcoins have been suffering a little bit, but the altcoins are also in an uptrend line. They're above the uptrend line. So if the altcoins were to just bounce here, this is the total 3, by the way, the altcoin market cap. I mean, this could just be a continued uptrend. If you were just looking at this chart and you had no emotional attachment or risk on for this chart, and you just looked at it, you would be like, well, that's an uptrend. Right? And so a lot of people, their emotions get ahead of them. For the total 3, the 2020 zone and the 2024 zone are still, to this day, a spitting image of each other. We're just above the uptrend, right below that lower high zone. It's just like 2020. Same setup. Again, nothing's changed for Bitcoin. Nothing's changed for the altcoins. Just a lot of volatility. And that is what crypto is known for. And so it should be expected, right? You're not going to be comfortable the whole time, because if it was comfortable to hold crypto, everybody would do it. These are the moments where the winners and losers are separated. When things get a little uncomfortable, the prices are coming down. Some people panic, some people buy more. And usually, at least this early in the cycle, the people that buy more are the ones that make the most money. Right? They're not taking losses because they're panicking on a dip. We're pretty early in this cycle. The altcoins haven't even reached their all-time high. And now for Bitcoin on the weekly, we're just looking for Bitcoin to maintain, 1, the parabolic trend, and 2, the MACD neutral zone. So we just need to see a bounce soon and get that next parabolic advance to take place. And so that is it, guys. So if you like a channel that doesn't change their mind every 2 days, subscribe and hit that like button and join the Patreon. And also, this channel is sponsored by Kraken Pro, which is the platform you see right here. I have a tutorial on Kraken Pro, how to do everything from create an account, how to deposit funds, trading, all those things. The Kraken Pro tutorial is on the homepage of this channel, so check it out. If you haven't signed up already, click that link below, and I'll see you all in the next video.